Thank you for joining me today for restorative yoga at Out the Box Mind Body Studio. I'm Barb Kelly, and I have a few props here that I think anyone practicing at home may have. I've got 3 pillows that I brought, probably don't need all three. And I have a couple beach towels. So I've got one on my mat, but you don't even need the mat. And then I have a throw and just a couple of regular towels. And you can use those for your props while we practice our restorative yoga. So let's begin by grounding with the earth, settling the sits bones. And as we press the sits bones into the earth, feel the spine rise up through the crown of the head, finding length and lift. And as we find that length and lift in the spine, we'll bring our awareness to the breath, the movement of the breath as we inhale and exhale, allowing the breath to wash over mind and body, calming and soothing. The belly expands as we inhale and contracts as we exhale. And having connected with our breath, we'll inhale arms out, up overhead, hands together in Anjali Mudra, exhaling hands at heart center, finding gratitude for all you have in your life, and taking a moment to set an intention or dedication for your practice today. Perhaps letting go of fears and worries and finding a sense of peace and calm within. As you inhale, we'll raise the arms, raise our gaze, arms out to the side, chin to the chest, and come into our lateral flexion. Just finding some easy stretching movements. Inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling. We'll bring our hands to the knees and come into a seated cat and cow, warming up the spine gently. Lifting the chin as we arch, rolling back, rounding the spine and bringing the chin down to the chest. This just helps prepare the body before coming into our poses. As you come up to center, we'll find our twist to the right. Inhaling, finding length in the spine, exhaling the twist. Several breaths here. And then inhaling to center, and we'll exhale to the left. Again, several breaths, finding length as we inhale, finding the twist as we exhale. As we inhale to center, we'll prepare for our first pose, which is Brook pose. I use a pillow and 2 towels. I go ahead and fold my towels in thirds. One will be used under my shoulder blades, and one will be used underneath my knees for comfort. So we always want to find comfort in our pose so that we can exhale and release all holding. Letting go of any tightness or tension with each out breath. Inhaling, finding room and space for healing energy. We can feel the rise and fall of the belly as we begin to melt onto the earth, aware for support. Inhaling fully, exhaling with an audible sigh. Bringing awareness back to the breath and finding some gentle movement in the hands and the feet. You can stretch out from your pose and come over onto one side using hands to press into the earth to come back up to a seated position. We'll prepare for our side lying pose now. I like to use a couple of pillows, maybe even 3. We'll see about this. Yep, 3 pillows this time. I'm going to come over my pillows onto one side. I can use my throw underneath my ear and my shoulder, and I can even use something in between my knees, keeping legs long or perhaps knees bent. We can bring the top arm up overhead if that works for you, or you can always rest that arm. We're opening up the top side of the body, finding space for healing. Continuing awareness of the breath. Exhaling away all that does not serve you today. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely. Bringing some gentle movement once more into the body. Finding the stretch or the movement that feels right. And then we'll prepare for this pose on the other side. So with my props ready, I lift up and over my pillows. I'm going to use my throw once more and my towel between the legs. So we want to balance out each side of the body, finding space, breathing healing into that space that we're creating. letting go of holding breath by breath. Aware of the softening of the muscles. Returning awareness to the breath, finding movement in arms and legs as you release from your pose, perhaps coming into a different movement or stretch. As we transition into our next pose. This pose is a seated pose. Head to knee pose, Janu Shirshasana. And for those of us that want a little more comfort or ease in our spine, we can always sit on the front edge of a folded towel or blanket, sending the pelvis forward and down. I'll extend my right leg forward. My left knee is bent. We can always use a towel, a blanket underneath the hip or the knee for support. And then I'm going to stack my pillows. At the studio, we have all those lovely bolsters, but now we have our pillows, maybe even another blanket. And I just hinge forward, softening and releasing into my pose. Our intention is to let go of all holding and to move from the sympathetic side of our autonomic nervous system into the parasympathetic side, from our fight, flight, or freeze mode into our healing room. Return awareness to the whisper of the breath. Stretch out, releasing from your pose. And then we'll prepare for this pose on the other side. The pillows are light, thank goodness. And maybe use that support underneath thigh or knee again. And remember that we want to feel comfort and ease. So if something does not feel right, please take a moment, make adjustments, come out of the pose. There should be no pain, because when there's pain, we tighten muscle, and that's very counterproductive to our process of relaxing and releasing in our restorative poses. Begin to deepen your breaths. Stretch out. Then to complete our practice, we come into our Shavasana. So it can be traditional, or perhaps we'll use some of our props as we come into that state of ease once more. And we can release from our Shavasana and complete our practice. Bringing hands out, up overhead, and hands at heart center. Namaste.